Hi guys, welcome to our first podcast as the Realema Foundation. So we decided to start these discussions in our township so that we get to understand different journeys that young people travel. We have set into a mission whereby we identify different people, different young people who have traveled different journeys, who have achieved in their respective way certain things in their lives that also inspire other young people. So today we've identified a young individual by the name of Nathi Mhlongo, who is working as a barista. He's in a coffee industry. So he's going to be telling us about his journey and the challenges that he faced as a young person from Ivory Park working in the coffee industry. Welcome to our podcast, man.
Thank you for having me.
So, since I want to know podcast, coffee industry is a coffee. I was telling you, what do you need coffee? When's the money in coffee?
So actually, the thing I usually coffee is most of the people they don't actually know that coffee is more of an economic drive thing as well. So we consume coffee in most of our times. So I think the time I discovered the coffee was in UNISA doing business management. And then Ngoboni Brochanyana, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And then I saw, okay, UNISA is working with SCASA and I was working with SCAs and is working with the SIRO. So I went into internet and then I checked and then I saw SIRO, okay, Coffee Academy. I'm like, okay, and then what? And then when I checked, because my mom is a cleaner at AVI, so she told me that Sarah is part of the company and all that. And I was like, okay, please, I'm going to put the information in there because I saw this. And then I checked and then I saw Sarah, okay, Coffee Academy. I'm like, okay, and then what? And then when I checked, because my mom is a cleaner at AVI, so she told me that Sarah is part of the company and all that. And I was like, okay, please, I'm going to put the information in there because I saw this. And then after that, she came with the brochure and the information, and I checked on it and I applied. So there was more of a BAP program, so which is a barista upliftment program about Sithole. Then I applied up, and then that was it. Now imagine telling your mom that you are dropping off business management for e-coffee.
So you dropped business management for
Yeah.
the coffee. Why? Well, like, okay, I understand what you saw a brochure, I'm sure, but what attracted you? I'm going for the coffee.
Yes, two teaspoons of
Yeah.
coffee, like it's 1, 2. And then now you get to understand why you put 2 instead of 1.
Okay.
So it's more of the maths behind e-coffee that I was quite triggered of. So I was like, okay, let me see what that. Then did a research and then you find out that okay, you can actually roast your own coffee and do your own thing. And then you can actually develop your own profile. So it's more of, let's just make an example that Lavazza has Lavazza. So there's no other coffee that tastes like Lavazza.
Sure.
So it's more of you can actually develop that tasting part of everything.
So when you told her Uguti, how you reaction like you dropping business management to coffee?
Yeah, she was like, are you mad? E-coffee. Why?
Sure.
So, because as Katinesi buyer, we are not exposed into this smaller things, Elokshi. Now imagine we are Elokshi and then now we are talking coffee. So somebody's like, okay, so e-coffee, and then after that, we don't even understand with coffee now, what aspects and all that. Even me, being as with coffee and all that.
Sure.
So she was like, would you have a future coffee or not? Right. So by then I didn't know what is overnight future a coffee, and I was like, I will see within Patilani coffee. But I think this is what I want to do.
So take us through the whole journey. Then immediately after you told her, and then you jumped that whole stage. This is what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah.
So, our courses work on about and how did you go about it?
So my courses were on because me and Kaleni program. So it was easier for me to enroll because the SARO provided that program. So in Kaleni's program, it wasn't more of a varsity or a course journey. So it was more of a program, and then I did that program. Initially, we were supposed to be there for 3 months. That program was running for 3 months, and then we ended up doing 7 months. And then after 7 months, there was a gentleman by the name of Johnson Sithole. So he's a coffee maniac as well. So he was like, okay, cool. I see that you are interested in this journey. How do we then make you feel comfortable in this? And then I was like, now I'm willing to do anything, really, as long as it's coffee. Back then, I didn't have really information on if you say, I want to do coffee J, what's happening? Because I was mainly focused on barista. And there's actually other professions behind the coffee.
Sure, I was about to ask about that. So, in as much as you go there to make a coffee, what other like career opportunities that are within the coffee industry, and what is it that within those faculties that you do rather than making the actual coffee?
Sure. So basically, before this was retelling the story, so in kuna 3 segments. So there's brewing, there's roasting, and then there is more of your coffee making. So it's more when the barista, then you are working behind the bar and all that. And then there's a person that has to roast the coffee for you to have it. And then there's brewing methods that we go about. There's traditional espresso machine, there's chemixes, there's siphons, there's aeropresses. So those are the aspects of other coffees that we actually not familiar with as Katinesi by. But in most of the behind the doors, those are the things that we have. In South Africa, I would actually forget one person usually. So I know one because we work with there's Nikita. So she's more of a grader. So a grader there's 2 people that are graders in South Africa. So we have 2, and she's a grader. When we say a grader, it's a person that is roasting. So she specializes in roasting. So that there's a journey that you need to take. So there's SCA, so which is barista skills. We've got brewing, we've got roasting. So you need to have all those credits. So I think one will be your foundation will have 8,500. So it's more of a journey that is not that costly, but it is costly. So because in one, it has 3 segments. So you would just say 8,500 multiplied by 3 for your foundation. The same thing as intermediate and professional. So it has that. So it's broke in that aspect.
Okay. So with the guy that you met when you were starting to be introduced to the thing, do you want to do like anything? So what was your first step into the coffee?
So the first step is foundation.
So the foundation, was it like self-funded, or you were
the company
was paying for you to do it?
Because of they saw the passion behind the bar. Which this guy's not really here to focus on making coffee for the people, but to understand the journey as a whole. Because there's green part of everything. We start from the farming, so you need to understand how do we actually pick our berries from the point where they will be roasted. So there is that profession as well. So it's farming. So there's agriculture and coffee as well. So he was like, okay, so if you are willing to do this, let's try with Barista Skills Foundation and see what's happening. So I took that journey, so which is about a year to 6 months. So 1 year, 6 months is your foundation. So you get to do that. There's a more of a diploma. Right, so after you get that, then you will go to your intermediate, and then you'll go to your professional. So it goes like that. So currently I'm intermediate, so it's just to see on how to go to the professional area.
Sure. And then, because I mean, Ekasi, you see we do Mama Kota like every time. Every corner, but we haven't really, entrepreneurially speaking, saw a lot of coffee businesses. So how would you establish like a coffee business, or are there any other coffee strategies that we could, coffee business strategies that we could have that can be implemented in the township?
So there's what we call a flask carrier, right? So I see with the elokishini, kunalabo mama like abayenza amatiye nama coffee like that. So they are more instant coffee driven. So meaning I come with the mentality of the coffee, like the coffee beans. So we'll talk about your filter coffee, which is more convenient. I can have about 20 liters a day to make that. So it's 10, and then you carry it as a backpack kind of thing, right? And then you just have your cups stripped on that bag. So you just press the coffee in, and then you sell to the people.
It's like a machine that you have.
So it's not really a machine. So you brew at home, right? And then you just carry it like a school bag, right? But you are carrying coffee at the back, right? So you are able to move, be like, I'm selling this. You are not stationed at a certain area. So you are able to, because you're only looking so you can go from this person to that person. So definitely you can make money. Instead, the procedure like so umuntu convenient with okay sharp. It takes, but then this guy is coming to me, and then I can have my coffee as well. So that's more of a backpack kind of filter coffee machine that you have.
Yeah, lastly is that, you know, you said that you were in business and then you transition. So we all know that sometimes young people do struggle finding themselves, this is I'm done with school, I want to do this thing, and then like you did, you transition. So what is like the internal thing that you would tell them, because it's not easy to transition. Sometimes, like you said, the parents may have a challenge. So what is it that you could, encourage young people out there who maybe they don't know what they want to study, or they're afraid to transition and so on?
Yeah. Whatever that you feel, okay, this is one thing that I want. It matters not what you odd or what for somebody else, but as long as you feel that you can do something of it, you can actually change your life and the situation. Essentially, it's actually doable. You just have to connect with the right people and try to seek help. There's foundations like Realema, so that provide information for free. So if you feel umuntu, so even though ungayazi career, but you explain yourself, okay, mina umuntu othanda so and so and so, they can try and link okay, career ungayithatha ile, you can try this, so they can actually help you to go to that journey and be the person that you are dreaming to be. So I think it's a matter of inhliziyo instead of okay, if let's say we are doing teaching, and I'm teaching, saying teacher, so it doesn't work like that. It's a matter of landing inhliziyo and then everything will be sorted.
No, thank you so much, man, for this powerful statement that you've said. And I just hope that young people who are watching this thing, you got to understand, the different stages of coffee, things that you never knew as well. And like he said, you need to always follow something that you believe in, no matter how small the market is. So thank you guys for tuning in our first podcast. We're hoping to engage more with young people. And also, if you feel that you do have a story to share with everyone, do contact us on our social media platforms and we'll get back to you. Thank you.